Britain's track cyclists are assured of yet another gold and silver medal after both Jason Kenny and Callum Skinner reached the final of the individual sprint. The two friends, who won gold in the team sprint with Philippines on Friday night, will go head-to-head in the Rio Velodrome on Sunday at 5:04 p.m. local time. They are sharing a room in the Olympic Village, which may make pre-race preparation a little tricky on Sunday morning. Given that Kenny is the reigning Olympic champion, it was something of a surprise that Skinner was the first to reach the final, after beating Australia's Matthew Gletser in 2 straight matches. Kenny lost his first semi-final to Denis Dimitrov by some margin, which meant his match went to 3 agonizing races. He won the latter 2, however, leaving the Russian to fight it out for bronze with Gletser. Skinner, the 23-year-old Scotsman, was under enormous pressure in the team sprint, with the unenviable job of taking over from Chris Hoy. Until just a few months ago it wasn't clear he had what it took. He wasn't the original favorite to fill Hoy's cycling shoes. That burden first fell to his housemate in Manchester, Kyan Amati, who had to switch to endurance after hurting his back, putting Skinner in selection contention. He made the team sprint trio, but they finished 6th at the World Championships earlier this year, with reports from training that Skinner just didn't have the speed to hold his or Kenny's wheel. In the individual sprint he did even worse in the World Championship race, trailing in 8th place. He worked on his strength to close the gap, with British cycling insiders insisting that Friday's gold medal was ultimately down to his hard work and perseverance. Though Hins is the fastest man in the world on one lap, if his teammates can't hold his wheel he can't win anything. Mechanics ended up putting an even bigger gear on his bike to slow him down enough for Skinner to hold on in his man-3 position. Born in Glasgow but raised in Edinburgh, Skinner and his little brother, Roy, started cycling on the outdoor track at Meadowbank in the Scottish capital. Despite being talent-spotted at a young age, after breaking Hoy's British national 200 meters record for his age category, he had to take time away from the sport in late 2011 as it was feared he had lymphoma. After testing, it was discovered he had been misdiagnosed, but his time away from the sport meant he was not considered for the London 2012 team. Kenny, of course, is already well known, having won 2 golds at his home Olympics, to add to the gold and silver he had nabbed in Beijing. Yet despite having a leisure centre in Bolton named after him, the only thing most people know about the quiet 28-year-old is that he's engaged to the much chattier Laura Trott, who won her 3rd gold in the team pursuit on Saturday night. It is Kenny who goes into the final as favourite. But given Skinner's performance in the semi-final, it may be him who triumphs in the battle for sprinting supremacy.